I think it's culture. Yeah, I think the guy in the room kind of sets the agenda and the culture of the football team.
I mean, they were bad back then.
And I think when Andy
do you miss
left Philadelphia after having, I think he went to five NFC Championship games, one Super Bowl, won countless division titles. The knock on Andy was he can't win the big game. And I think Andy, once he got that first win under his belt, I think, he I don't want to say softened a bit, but he was more open, I think, to input from the players. And, hey, when you're that age and, you can still speak to 20, 21, 22, 23-year-old, 24-year-old players and have their attention, have their respect, and make it relevant. And his X's and O's he's brilliant. He's just brilliant. End of game, key situations. And to be fortunate enough, and maybe it was Beach who found Patrick, and Patrick being drafted at that point. Quarterback's probably the most difficult position to forecast, high school to college, college to pro. And I think this year's class was great. But you can live off of a Patrick Mahomes draft for a long, long time. And I think that marriage of those two guys and Andy's impact each individual player in some way. Andy is a guy who he's kind of, he's got a little bit of St. Jude in him. He's patron saint of the hopeless at times, which I think I really appreciate. And he's turned some people's lives around.
Howie, what do you like to tell?
There's a Chiefs fatigue.
Hey, buddy. Love you, man.
There was Patriots fatigue back in the day, whatever. I think there's Chiefs fatigue.
Oh, sure. People are tired of it. They hate them. I don't know why. Who do you hate exactly? Is it Patrick? Is it Kelsey? Well, hey, listen. It's amazing that in a kind of a transient league, back in the day, they'd win 4 and 6 years. Nobody left that team, and they had 10 Hall of Famers and Hall of Famers. Just look at this year's receiving. Who? Well, they bring Hunt back, and Pacheco goes down. I think the constants are, it's Spags, it's the head coach, it's the quarterback, it's Kelsey, and those interior offensive linemen, and Tooney to go out to left tackle at a time when it just got to the point where it was you couldn't function. Patrick was under siege. And for him, whose body type says it screams guard, and for him to go out there and play the way he's played is really amazing.
Aiden Hutchinson is out this year. If you were the Lions, would you make a play for Myles Garrett?
Oh, I do. One, Aiden Hutchinson's amazing, and broke my heart when he went down. And I can't look at injuries like that. I just look away. For whatever reason, I'm fine with breaking something on my own body, but when somebody else is hurt, I can't look at it. And he was having such a great year. I mean, his trajectory he was just on a pace to be that guy, and I hope he, they were talking him coming out to the Super Bowl, and sometimes that can maybe push you back a little bit, or impact, are you 99% when you come back, or by coming back early, does that push you down to 89 or 90? I'd rather have 98%. And I would trade for that guy in Cleveland in a heartbeat. You put those two guys on the field, forget about it.
Howie, what do you like people to know about the defensive lines of Kansas City in Philadelphia?
I think the progress of Karloftis has been, I think, really noticeable, particularly this year. I think the presence of Jones it has a ripple effect. When you've got a guy like that, Monday morning, the first thing any opposing team is doing is, how do we deal with Chris Jones when he's on the guard? How do we deal with Chris Jones when he's on the right tackle? How do we deal with him when he's on the right guard? And I personally believe he'll be on the left guard because the matchups depends on who's playing. You know, I mean, how healthy is the center? How healthy is Dickerson? It's going to be interesting. But if I'm him, I'm moving to both places. Hey, listen, Lane Johnson is so good. He's boring. He really is, and I know and justifiably so. I thought. No offense to the kid in Detroit, because I love the kid in Detroit, but Lane Johnson had a better year.
Do you feel strongly either way about a team in this game?
I have an opinion if it's a blowout who it's going to be, and I have an opinion on if it's a close game who it's going to be. How's that?
That's
you'll know on Sunday.
That's a strong opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you, Howie.
Oh, I'm in Houston. What are the Texas names?